Before watching the video, can you please save a little bit time, like and subscribe to SkypluS have mover to increase?
Red Air Flight 203 was a scheduled international commercial passenger flight from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic to Miami International Airport by Red Air. On June 21, 2022, the McDonnell Douglas MD-82 aircraft operating the service suffered a left landing gear collapse and runway excursion, causing the left wing of the aircraft to impact an antenna structure, followed by a subsequent fire on the right side of the airplane. The aircraft involved in the accident was a McDonnell Douglas MD-82 with the registration of HI 1064 and serial number 53027. The aircraft was first delivered to American Airlines in December 1990, where it operated until August 2014. The aircraft was then stored until August 2017, when it was acquired by Laser Airlines. The aircraft had previously been painted in the Orange Air livery, but it never entered service with the airline. The aircraft was then transferred to Red Air, a subsidiary of Laser Airlines, in February 2021. There were 140 occupants on board the accident flight, 130 passengers, and 10 crew members. Red Air Flight 203 departed from Las Americas International Airport in the Dominican Republic at 3:36 p.m., 1936 Universal Time Coordinated, and landed at Miami International Airport on runway 09 at 5:38 p.m., 21:38 Universal Time Coordinated, after a flight time of 2 hours and 3 minutes on June 21, 2022. During landing, the aircraft's left main landing gear collapsed, causing the aircraft's left wing to scratch the runway. Just before the aircraft came to a full stop, the right landing gear and nose landing gear also collapsed, resulting in damage to the aircraft's nose and a fire on the right wing. Firefighters found fuel leaking from the aircraft when they arrived on scene. The aircraft had also reportedly collided with a communication tower and a small building before catching fire. Passengers began evacuating the plane about 5 seconds after the aircraft stopped and fled with their personal belongings. This became Red Air's first aircraft to be involved in a hull loss accident. Airport officials reported that all of them survived. The local fire rescue authorities reported that 3 people suffered minor injuries and were sent to the hospital. The National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, arrived on scene the following day and began an investigation. A preliminary report issued by the NTSB cited 4 minor injuries to passengers, rather than the 3 originally reported by news outlets. The preliminary report stated that both flight recorders, data and voice, were recovered and their data was successfully downloaded by the NTSB. The captain was the pilot monitoring while the first officer was the pilot flying. The flight was departed from Las Americas International Airport, Santo Domingo at 15:35 after a delay of 36 minutes. The airplane was cleared to landing at Miami International Airport, Miami runway 09 with an instrument landing system, ILS, approach with the pilot reporting that the approach was normal. The first officer reported that the landing was smooth, and they first touched down on the right main gear followed by the left main gear slightly right of center line. The pilots had the sensation of an increase in vibration on the left side of the aircraft shortly after the left main gear touched down. During the landing rollout, the left main gear collapsed. The airplane traveled to the left where it eventually departed the paved surface and impacted the runway 30 glide slope equipment shelter. During departure from the paved surface and impact with the steel and concrete shelter, the airplane's right main landing gear and nose wheel collapsed, and the fuel tanks were breached. Shortly after the airplane came to a stop, a post-crash fire began on the right wing. All 140 occupants of the airplane evacuated safely, and 4 of them sustained minor injuries. The Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Department is successfully extinguished the post-crash fire, and all occupants of the plane were transferred to the airport's terminal with buses. The NTSB released their final report on the accident on April 25, 2024, which stated the cause of the accident was the left main landing gear's shimmy dampener failing to mitigate extreme vibrations during landing rollout. The vibrations caused the gear's lower torque link to fail, and the entire left gear collapsed as a result.
Thank you for watching the video. If you have idea of a blank, please comment below to everyone discuss.